the road in the minority needs to be maintained, but the majority says, I don't even have a road.
I don't have a road at all. And you are maintaining these roads with 95 billion.
Yes.
Now you want to shift and build from scratch.
You are not saying I'm sitting with reserves that I have not been spending. It's being spent. It's in the public schools. I'll come to Bella and all of this nonsense. So it's being used. It gives quality education in that. So, but now you've got the majority that are saying, so what's up? Like, what's going on? All right? So where are you going to get the money? Then we go into these debates. It's going to be loans and whatever. But in reality, you have a problem. You have to take this 100 billion and spread it as thin as possible. What they tried to do was to give the majority something.
Yeah.
Be it RDP, be it whatever. But what that does, where you used to spend the 95 billion, things starts to fall apart.
Yes.
Not only because you are shifting the money, but you are also adding load in there because you are saying these are no longer African schools.
Yes.
Right? So no one is happy. Right? In the middle of that, this is one of the things about the NC has done a lot of stuff. As I say, they took me to school and many of others, they created affirmative action that got us jobs and whatever. That's what I'm saying. Like I used to say, the NC is like the uncle that took you through your studies but abused you.
Yes.
Like you don't know, like it leaves you so confused.
Yes.
It's like, I'm not, it's like,
It's like,
it's like I'm not here without, I can't be here without, there's no path that gets me here without the uncle.
Yes.
But fuck, man, this guy abused me.
Yeah.
And I think that's the trauma we are going through. And we'll rather say, yeah, it was a bad uncle. But when we go home, we're like, Mara, uncle was a meal. Sure. You know?
That's cognitive dissonance.
That's like a serious cognitive dissonance, right? What becomes worse than to fast track to why we are here, the ANC is also, by a long mile, the most democratic party we have in South Africa.
By a long mile, maybe even on the continent. It's something I thought about, I think, last week. When you look at, maybe I'm going to derail what you're going to say. Please continue.
It's by a long mile the most democratic party and what I mean by democratic party, if you are able to either influence or buy the votes, you will you have a chance of coming up at the top. Yeah. It does not have a central, untouchable high command. It used to. But by the way, that's also the weakness in the ANC. The weakness in the ANC is the democracy in it.
That is correct.
So up until Mbeki, let's talk post 90 because it gets complex before 90 because people were presidents for like 30 years, 40 years, whatever. Sure. They changed that to match the government term, which is part of the problem. Sure. I think the ANC could have gone with you are a president for 10 years, even though the government presidency is 5 years.
Yes.
What it would have at least bought us, it would have at least bought us stability in the ANC.
Now, every president doesn't finish their term.
They never finish their term. And every 5 years, you are defending your life. Like, so already, before you even start, you already have to think, am I going to have a second term?
Yeah.
The likes of Tambo and all of that were the source of wisdom. This is why you will hear, if you go and read, they'll say Mandela was elected uncontested. First term. And then Mbeki was elected uncontested. There's always contest. The reason why you will hear they were uncontested is that because some big men in there managed that to say we cannot have a contest, right?
Internally.
Now, unfortunately, ORs and them died, right? OR, I don't think he saw 90.
He passed away in 93.
Yeah, 93. 94,
same with Chris Hani, you know. So the ANC lost some of the really interesting characters in 93, right? I'm gonna speculate about causes and all of that. But anyway, these people go uncontested. Now, Mbeki was supposed to be building the next control command group
Yes.
that retains that in the ANC to give it structure. He did not do that. As a result, by the time 2007 in Polokwane came, the ANC got the taste of democracy. Because for the first time, we had these elections inside the party where a person can come up and say, no, I have not been nominated as the next person. I'm putting my hand up to say, I want to challenge for presidency. And we don't know, you need to keep in mind, these things have to be funded. Who funded that, all of that, or whatever, right? Sometimes when we talk about the Guptas later on, what estate capture, which was a show business, is the funding often starts early, right? You don't see it, but unfortunately what we don't see, we think is not happening.
That's correct.
Right? So since then, the ANC has lost any form of central command. Anything goes.
Sure.
And that's partly, so in a way, this is what I'm saying, strengths are weaknesses.
Sure.
If you value democracy, this is also the cost of democracy.
We know who's going to be the next president probably now.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
So
within the ANC, sorry.
So the ANC is prone to corruption inherently, almost by design. So there is no path for the ANC, for as long as it's this democratic, there is no path that does not involve corruption. I'll tell you why I'm saying that. I'm saying that because what democracy does is it creates uncertainty of tenure. You don't know how long you will be there.
That's correct.
So you go and take people who don't have options in life, you put them in very powerful roles, but you cannot even guarantee how long they will be there.
Sure.